Principal reports. Who'd like to be up first?
I will go first, since they stole all my thunder last month, but surely give you the opportunity to go first, so thank you, Shirley. Good evening, school board. It's hard to believe that since our last meeting, we've only had 13 or 14 school days because of the holiday break, and then snow day, 2 cold days, so we only had 13, 14 school days. But in those 13, 14 school days, I would really like to commend all the K-6 teachers at Trailside. I'm sure my colleagues speak the same for their K-6 teachers. In the last days since we've been back since the holidays, the teachers have been busy with their winter MAPS testing. MAPS testing both math and reading. They've been doing that. At the same time, they've been doing their Ames Web benchmark testing to progress monitor their students. And a number of teachers, a number of grade levels have had running records also due at this time of the year. So the teachers have been doing a lot of assessment, both with students during class time, also during their prep time, and analyzing those results outside of the school day. The kids are in specials or, of course, after school and nights and weekends. And later in February, we'll have then our data days to look at all that data, look at what the kids are doing, and make our modifications in instruction. We'll look at the modifications that we have in place now for students, and then we'll assess the results from all this testing and see how things are going, see what adjustments we have to make. So a lot of assessments going on, but I commend the teachers again because not only are they doing that, but they are still instructing at the same time. So a lot of hard work is going in this time of the year to make sure the kids are on the right track, so when we do our final test at the end of the year, we see positive results. So no one can just test in the fall, hope for the best in the spring. You have to test in the fall and mid-year do the checks to make sure we're on the right track, and if not, make the adjustments to get the kids on the right track. So I just want to shout out to all the K-6 teachers at Trailside. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
All right, and then along with all of the testing that Jeff just talked about, they also have progress reports due this Thursday that they're putting together with all the data and information. So besides what they're doing in standardized testing, they're also gathering and using their classroom information to report back to parents. And I just wanted to thank, especially Mr. Balke and Mrs. Olson. They had parents in last Friday. They do a Wisconsin math project, so they invited all the parents in to see the work that the students had done and talk to them about their work and visit all of the stations that were set up in the cafeteria. So it's nice to see the great turnout of parents, but also the excitement of students as they shared various aspects of the work they had done. And then I also wanted to thank Julie Bogley and Amy G, who are working in the building with upstander students. And upstanders were the students who were trained in preventing bullying in your schools. So they are working with the students to put together weekly announcements to all of the students, just as a reminder to encourage that behavior. And then they're working with them to put some things together for the month of February and March, which are typically harder months in terms of behavior. So they're doing some things that they can positively encourage students all around just to have great behavior in school. And then lastly, I would like to thank Mrs. Sype, our reading teacher, who's working to promote reading through the Great America incentive program, where the students have to read 6 hours. So getting the materials out to the families and students, and then the tallying of all that information to get that incentive. So, but again, it's a program that keeps kids reading, along with the Battle of the Books and Challenge of the Books that's put together through the library program. It's another great way to keep kids reading. And it's fun to go to the library and see, especially for Battle of the Books, when they're picking those books that are on the list, and the excitement of teens. Which book are we going to read next, and what are we going to talk about with the book, and who's going to keep the information? So it's nice to see. Any questions?
Because of the testing that both my colleagues referred to, it kind of gives us an opportunity to take a look at what teachers are doing in a little bit different light. Talking with teachers after the administrative PALs, the Ames, or the MAPS testing, kind of get a sense of what it is they're looking for, seeing how consistent it is with what we're looking at as a district. It's real encouraging because I think we're in a position now at Evergreen where the teachers know exactly what it is that they're looking for and are able to react to it much more quickly than we were, let's say, 5 years ago. So along with the other two buildings, we're doing the MAPS, the Ames, the NWEA testing, and making much more use of the results we get from those. And Mr. Yoke had mentioned the educator effectiveness. We continue to prepare for the iPad rollout. Teachers are trying to get together as many apps as they can, take a good look at them, see how effective they would be in the classroom, and I feel we'll be well prepared for that. Ongoing is our safety committee, and Mr. Joel Befford heads that up in our building and does an outstanding job of keeping all our drills timely, looking for different ways that we can improve each and every safety measure that we take. Mrs. G, tag teacher, has been working with the geography beat, and I believe they got the finalists recognized at this point. So far, Evergreen has, as of this afternoon, 37 students registered for next year's kindergarten class, and I'll keep a continued eye on those numbers as they come in. And finally, our PTO continues to do work, and they had a fundraiser with Market Day. They challenged the students to sell a certain amount of pies or something, and then if they met their goal, the principal and the teacher would take a pie in the face. I don't recall that part, but it happened. And I'd like to thank Mrs. Eggman for being a good sport. At the end of the day, Friday, her and I took a couple pies in the face. Kids got a kick out of it. My wife didn't, but the kids got a kick out of it. So, good times.
Do we get pictures?
There are pictures circulating out there somewhere. So